Welcome back to the Men's Roundtable channel. Today, we are diving into a topic that reminds us of the old adage. Those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it. We will be exploring the striking similarities between Nigeria's 1986 Structural Adjustment Program SAP and today's renewed hope policies. It is a sobering reminder of how history often has a way of repeating itself. Let's take a trip back in time. On August 27, 1985, General Ibrahim Babangida, the Chief of Army Staff, overthrew the government of Major General Muhammadu Buhari, who himself had earlier seized power from a democratically elected administration. In his justification, Babangida painted a grim picture of Buhari's leadership. He spoke of a deteriorating economy, rising unemployment, commodity shortages, and the unbearable suffering of ordinary Nigerians. In 1986, Babangida introduced the Structural Adjustment Program SAP, aimed at reviving Nigeria's ailing economy. SAP was tied to loans from the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund (IMF). But these loans came with stringent conditions. The naira had to be devalued, welfare spending was slashed, jobs were cut, and corruption had to be addressed. The hope was that these tough reforms would rejuvenate the economy. However, the reality was far from the promise. The naira plunged in value, factories closed, foreign companies like Pfizer and Philips exited the country, and local businesses collapsed. The people, already burdened by hardship, faced even higher costs for essential goods and services when in 1988, the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation (NNPC) raised fuel prices. While Nigerians groaned under the weight of SAP, government officials like Dr. Idika Kalo and Chief Olufale urged patience, insisting that SAP was the only way forward. During the SAP era, while Nigerians tightened their belts, the ruling class enjoyed lives of luxury. Babangida's regime, despite its rhetoric of sacrifice, was marked by wasteful spending. The people were asked to bear with the government, make sacrifices and tighten their belt, but at the same time, the top military brass in government were wallowing in comfort, luxury, and large-scale theft of public funds. IBB spent heavily and lavishly to maintain his stay in office. The parallels to today are unmistakable, where waste and opulence in government are once again source of public outrage. The pain of SAP ignited protests across the country. One of the most significant occurred on May 24, 1989, led by Nigerian university students under the banner of National Association of Nigerian Students (NANS), headed by Salihu Mohammed. United by hunger and despair, men, women, students, and the unemployed took to the street, initially in peaceful protest, but soon riot broke out, shaking the Babangida's government. The protesters had one key demand: abolish SAP. Despite the massive outcry, Babangida was unwavering in his commitment to SAP. protesters were arrested, and the government insisted that there was no alternative to the economic program. Sound familiar? Today, the renewed hope policies echo the same stubbornness as government leaders insist on the necessity of economic hardship while asking Nigerians to bear with them. One of the most heartbreaking outcomes of SAP was the mass exodus of young Nigerians. As the economy crumbled and opportunities vanished, people began to leave the country in droves. The popular phrase of the time was, "I am checking out." Today, the term Japa has taken its place, but the underlying sentiment remains the same. Nigerians fleeing economic hardship in search of a better life abroad. In hindsight, SAP failed because of the government's corruption and lack of transparency. And now, we find ourselves asking, is history repeating itself before our eyes? The parallels between the policies of the 1980s and today are too striking to ignore. If we do not learn from the lessons of the past, we risk condemning ourselves to repeat them. As we look ahead, it's crucial that we not only remember our history, but also demand better from our leaders. Thank you for watching. If you find this video insightful, please like, share and subscribe for more content like this. Let's continue the conversation in the comments. What do you think about the parallels between SAP and the renewed hope policies? Let's hear your thoughts.